Imagine you are a Nissan fan who loves its electric vehicles. You have been waiting for the launch of its new electric SUV, the Ariya, for a long time. You think it will be the best EV ever made by Nissan, and you are ready to buy one as soon as it hits the market. But then, you hear some shocking news that makes you rethink your decision. What is it? Well, stay tuned and find out as we reveal why Nissan's EV sales are going to collapse in China after this. The history of Nissan dates back to 1911, making it one of the oldest and most established automakers in the world. Throughout the years, Nissan has proven to be a pioneer in various aspects of the automotive industry, including mass production, quality control, and innovation. In 2010, Nissan entered the electric vehicle market with the launch of the Leaf, which became the world's best-selling EV for several years until it was surpassed by Tesla's Model 3 in 2018. Despite Nissan's initial success in the EV market, the company has been struggling to keep up with the rapid changes and challenges in the industry, particularly in China. China is the largest and most competitive EV market in the world, with over 200 EV makers competing for a share of the market. Moreover, China has a supportive government policy for EVs, including generous subsidies, tax breaks, procurement contracts, and other incentives, which have helped the country achieve its goal of having 20% of new car sales be electric by 2025. As a result, Nissan has faced significant challenges in maintaining its position in the Chinese EV market. One of the primary reasons for this is that Nissan's EV models are outdated, unappealing, and have a relatively low range compared to rivals. For instance, the Leaf, which is still Nissan's flagship EV model, has not received any significant updates since 2017 and can only travel about 240 kilometers on a single charge. Moreover, the Leaf is plagued by battery degradation issues, which affect its performance and longevity over time. Nissan's other EV model, the Ariya, a compact crossover SUV, has been delayed multiple times due to production issues and chip shortages. Although the Ariya is projected to reach China by mid-2022, it may be too late to compete with rivals. Despite its 450 kilometers range on a single charge, the Ariya still falls short compared to some Chinese EV models like NIO S6, with a 510 kilometer range, or Xpeng P7, with a 706 kilometer range. In recent years, Nissan has encountered several obstacles in its efforts to establish a strong foothold in the Chinese electric vehicle market. Firstly, the company has been facing intense competition from both domestic and foreign EV manufacturers in China. While Tesla has been rapidly expanding its footprint in China with its Shanghai Gigafactory and popular Model 3 and Model Y vehicles, these companies have been leveraging their local advantages, such as lower costs, faster development cycles, better customer service, and stronger brand loyalty, to gain an edge over their competitors. Secondly, Nissan has been struggling to keep up with its competitors in terms of innovation, quality, and brand reputation. Tesla, which is the world's leading EV maker, has established a strong brand identity and customer loyalty in China thanks to its high-quality products and relentless focus on innovation. In contrast, Nissan has been facing challenges in terms of innovation and product differentiation in a highly competitive market. Third, the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the overall demand and supply of vehicles. The pandemic has disrupted the production, distribution, and consumption of cars in China, leading to a sharp decline in sales in 2020. Although the market has recovered somewhat in 2021, the uncertainty and volatility caused by the pandemic still pose challenges for automakers, especially those who rely on imported components or overseas markets. Nissan, which has a global supply chain and a large export business, may face more difficulties than its domestic competitors in coping with the pandemic's effects. Fourth, the policy environment and regulatory changes in China regarding EVs. China has been gradually reducing its subsidies for EV purchases since 2019, aiming to phase them out completely by the end of 2022. This may affect the affordability and attractiveness of EVs for consumers, especially those who are price-sensitive or unfamiliar with the technology. Moreover, China has been tightening its standards and requirements for EV safety, quality, and performance, as well as imposing stricter rules on data collection and sharing by EV makers. These measures may increase the costs and risks for EV manufacturers, especially foreign ones, who have to comply with both Chinese and international regulations. Lastly, Nissan has been facing regulatory hurdles and trade barriers in China, which have been hampering its growth and profitability. For example, China's decision to phase out subsidies for EVs in 2019 has increased the price differential between domestic and imported vehicles. Since Nissan imports most of its EVs from other countries, including Japan, its EVs are subject to higher tariffs and taxes than locally made vehicles. Furthermore, China has recently launched an anti-subsidy investigation against foreign EV makers, which could lead to higher import duties or other sanctions. These trade barriers are seen as a response to concerns that Europe is too dependent on China for EVs, and the benefits of decarbonization are flowing to China rather than staying in Europe. Nissan also faces challenges in complying with China's strict emission standards and safety regulations, which further complicate its efforts to establish a strong presence in the Chinese EV market. All these factors have contributed to Nissan's dismal performance in China's EV market. According to the China Passenger Car Association, Nissan's performance in the Chinese market has been dismal, with only 65,000 EVs sold in 2021, accounting for less than 1% of the total market share. This is a significant decline from 2019, when Nissan sold over 120,000 EVs and had a market share of about 3%. In contrast, BYD, one of China's leading EV manufacturers, sold over 600,000 EVs and had a market share of over 10% in 2021. Nissan's sales were also lower than some of the newer entrants in the market, such as Li Auto with 190,000 and XPeng with 230,000. Furthermore, Nissan's market share in China's overall passenger car market dropped from 5.6% in 2019 to 4.2% in 2021. The data from the CPCA highlights the challenges that Nissan faces in China's EV market. The company's sales have been declining, and it has struggled to keep up with the competition. This is a worrying trend for Nissan, as China is the world's largest EV market and a crucial market for the company's growth. According to analysts from UBS, Nissan's EV sales are expected to drop further to about 50,000 units in 2022 and 40,000 units in 2023. This projection makes Nissan one of the worst-performing foreign EV makers in China. In comparison, Tesla's EV sales are projected to grow to over 400,000 units in 2022 and over 500,000 units in 2023. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. We have a lot more exciting topics to cover in the future, so stay tuned.